There is nobody that has more experience of winning the league than Mamelodi Sundowns in the last 8 years to 10 years. So there's no way that we can have a conversation with people who don't know how to win the league.
The noise is just coming from outside. It's so much noise that it's envy.
Masandawana, please don't forget to like, subscribe to make sure you receive all the exclusive content. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Pitch Side Podcast. Gentlemen, are you well?
I am very well, good sir. How are you?
No complaints.
Easy for it.
Mudais.
Who's it?
All right, Mudais.
Easy.
Mudais. Hey, the way the lodia ngating, I also roll twista miriri. Hey, muna.
Mna mreganzele so from Bahar. What le miriri yakho?
No, nekiri yabona how le confident you were, now le sharp, what twister, haircut, everything is aligned, but hey.
I'm very confident. No, fella, things are tough, but
yeah.
But my question is like now, because like of course we live in the media space, we live in the social space where everybody now has a comment or a suggestion regarding the team. And for us, it's very interesting to actually realize as to then how really people feel.
Yeah.
And as many times that I've said, or you know, when you're the top for such a long time, you know, people want to see you, you know, to drag you down. The very same people that actually brought you up. And being in a Mamelodi Sundowns that has been such a dominant space for such a long time, it's unheard of.
Yeah.
And therefore, every season, teams are beefing themselves up to beat Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
And at times, we fail to give credit to those teams that actually may play better on the day, or they've done exceptionally well in terms of their tactics on the day to be able to nullify Sundowns or to beat Sundowns. Instead of doing that, we discredit Mamelodi Sundowns. So that shows you the dominant space that we had. So when such things happen, or when such people speak about it, we shouldn't feel inferior. We shouldn't feel lack of confidence, because we understand who we are. And it's a mistake if you're a person that discredit a player that plays more than 60 games a season. A team that plays more than 60 games a season and win more than 80% of those games. Because if you discredit those people, those are the same people that knows how to win even in difficult situations. So, and I think we're not feeling wise, we're not in the right space, but we're not far from our target. Right? Yes, we're disappointed that we didn't get through to the final of the MTN 8. But dude, we're not far off from our main target. And the thing is, like, people outside, they'll speak about their own target that they're projecting to the team. They don't know 100%. The targets that the team is having within itself. So, and we're not going to sit here and be projecting what the team's plans are, what the targets are. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the coach, that's the management, those are the players. We're here to inform and give information that's needed, and actually sometimes educate. And I strongly believe that we're in the space where we need to also be, as players that are going through in terms of emotions, what are those emotions teaching you as a footballer? Are they making you better? Are you able to grind the results, come out of that hole that you're in? And you listen to the coach as well. It's a frustration situation. And for me is, I like seeing coaches in those type of situations. I like seeing players in those type of situations, because then how they come out is how I judge them. Because great players need to go through those slumps. Great coaches, good coaches need to go through those emotions and difficulties, and for them to find solutions to come out. I think that's how we judge them. I strongly believe Mamelodi Sundowns, yes, we're crucified because we're in a dominant space. Not crucified because we are a bad team, because people are so used to seeing Mamelodi Sundowns in the most beautiful way and not understanding as well the dynamics of. We come from a short period of pre-season. Right, and within the pre-season itself, we come from a FIFA Club World Cup that demanded you to play a little bit different, high level. You understand what I'm saying? And now you when you come back, you're playing against players that are much fresher, much more hungrier to win, to chase Mamelodi Sundowns. Because it's easy to I think it's more appetizing to chase than when you are being chased. And most of the time, like, no team understands how it feels like to be chased, because when you're at the top, everybody's chasing you. So we're in a very good space. I strongly believe.
These effects are boring.
Of course.
You know, banter is exciting, so it's easy for people to sit and discredit this team. But this Villa is a team that has won the PSL back-to-back for 8 years. You know, it's unheard of, this sort of dominance.
And also, I think, just to echo on what T say, in terms of, I think understanding that the noise is just coming from outside.
Yeah.
It's so much noise that it's envy.
Yeah.
At the same time. And I say the biggest mistake Sundowns can do right now, what we can do is now falling into that trap.
Yeah.
Because you can only control what you can control.
Yeah.
And you've been controlling this thing for the longest time.
Yeah.
You've been winning football games.
Yeah.
You have your own program. Just focus on your own program. Don't focus on the other team is winning so many games, the other team is winning so many games, they've won 3, whatever the case may be. Because of then if you start looking at them, then now you're losing your strategy.
Yeah.
You're losing your agreements within the team. So it's just noise, man, and this noise is not too far. And whoever that's even sitting on top, is he sitting on top with 15 points?
Yeah,
Not really.
no.
Not really.
2 points.
And I mean, we've been in this situation for so many seasons, for so many times in the season,
100%.
whereby it's panic mode. But as I said, panic mode requires character.
Yeah.
Tia said that, character. And the stimulating part, when I say from us sitting from outside, it should give you a stimulation of bit of how can I come about this thing.
Yeah.
Like any other organization,
Yeah.
it goes through a slump.
Yeah.
Any other cycle in life in general, it goes like this.
It's normal.
It's normal.
Yeah.
It is normal. And one thing that we should also understand as Mamelodi Sundowns, we are not entitled.
No.
As much as we have been dominant for so many years, that came with so much work rate, that came with so much sacrifice, but you never lost your fundamentals of being true to the game and honest to the game. But we are not entitled. And also you're not entitled to win each and every single game.
No.
You're not.
Yeah.
And especially then if then teams also, they beef up.
100%.
They're trying to close the gap.
The truth of the matter is we sit at the top. So everybody wants to get to the top of the hill. So they will beef up to say, how are we going to beat Sundowns? And in this instance, it's a point where you get to it where you actually say, congratulations for getting a draw against Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah. And I saw that.
Yeah.
and for me, I laugh about it when from a fan point of view.
Yeah.
Realizing as to then, you know what, like sometimes through those difficulties, they really, really show other people's characters and ambitions and all that type of stuff. And for a team like Mamelodi Sundowns, that we know how we feel. We know that we're not in a fluid form and unstoppable form. We know that. And for the fact that we still, within our 20% of effort playing, people still rejoicing having a draw against us. And that tells you then as to then how good we are. But also like being that good, being that great, hey, my guy, you're going to have to take punches when they come through. And I strongly believe that we're in the stage where we need to take punches. Nobody will feel sorry for us.
Yep.
And we shouldn't feel sorry for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I know and I understand that there's a lot of minutes under the belts from a lot of players, a lot of exhaustion, especially when the results are not coming your way. You're getting more tired, you're getting more exhausted. The recovery,
mentally.
and even the recovery, it takes longer.
Yeah.
But then again, those are the moments that you'll always remember when things are going well. Because now you're sacrificing a lot. Speak about sacrificing. Not many players understand to come out of those situations. There's a lot of sacrifice they need to make. Even though you were training maybe on this level, now you have to train this level. By that time, but you're still tired. But because you want to come out of this slump, you need to train this level. And I strongly believe that with that, we've shown each and every year for the last 8 years. There is nobody that has more experience of winning the league than Mamelodi Sundowns in the last 8 years to 10 years. So there's no way that we can have a conversation with people who don't know how to win the league.
100%.
You understand what I mean? So,
Villa, let's talk about characters then in the team, right? Because you've got to have the characters that are able to still rally up the troops to say, Puti, asi, mele silwe la, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So what type of characters are we looking for or to stand up and show their hand to say, gents, this is the time now?
At a Villa, this is the time. You'd like to see how you're able to come out of the situation. There's no better time than this. Because of Abid, you've been having it for the longest time whereby it's so nice.
Yeah.
And everybody likes that comfort zone of being nice. But understanding that on the nicer side, other teams are still looking at other ways, the disadvantages on how then they can maneuver and break these walls with what you have. But, I mean, most of these guys have won these titles back-to-back more than 3 times, twice. Some of them, they've tasted it for once. But now understanding how you've tasted it, you understand now it comes with so much responsibility. Because if then the benchmark was here, then Tigo has said also even now, the benchmark needs to go there.
Yeah.
And you cannot get, funny now, you cannot get tired.
No.
As much as it is demanding, because of that's the level if we want to be great. To be honest with you. It says, if then you gave me this, I want more. And it's so selfish to a point that if then you don't get that benchmark that winning once, it will give it to another person. Because of you, it says you don't want it as much as I'm giving to you. But for you to get to this level, I'm going to push you to this far and I'm going to, it continues. If then you're not ready to take it, it will go to someone else.
100%.
And that's why I'm saying if then it goes to someone else, trust me, it's not going to be nice.
Yeah.
It's really not going to be nice. But then I genuinely believe that in any other institution, you know, your iPhone, your Huawei, they're always improving products.
100%.
They're always improving products, trying to make sure that this one doesn't catch up.
100%.
Always scheming and say, how then we go about a counterattack to make these guys go above us, or trying to make a new phone that will make people come to the shop and buy it. So like any other institution, you keep improving, you build strong character whereby the will to not to say, I'm not enough.
Yeah.
Because then if then you say I'm not enough, it goes to someone else.
100%. I wish we could add Coach Steve in here to come in with one of those deep messages and say something about consistency, because So, gents, we go to the Calabash, and looking at the past, and I'm just talking in the league fixtures, we've won the last 5, and we played to a goalless draw. Fully packed stadium. So first of all, we've got to say shout out to all the fans for making sure they come out
midweek.
on a midweek game. You know, it is amazing, but an intense game.
It was an intense game. Look, man, I think we played a team that's tactically we're ready. Okay, the Chiefs a little bit fresher, of course, playing at home. You know, riding the wave of 3-on-3. When they're going into that fixture, so they really, you know, on doing well. They're feeling well, and sometimes that's how that's what you need as a team. You just want to, you know, feel well. Then once you feel well, everything falls for you. And I strongly believe that from a tactic point of view, they were much quicker, much sharper. Yes, it became a game that maybe not many chances were created, but also we were a team that comes out from a slump that you wanna, you know, and also you're playing Pirates weekend and the Chiefs.
It's so big games.
Big games and are very, very demanding. I mean, and I strongly believe that look, we could have maybe gotten a victory, but it's gonna be very, very difficult for us to do that. And I strongly believe that it's a result that possibly, without being selfish, I think it's a fair result for Mamelodi Sundowns. It's a result that you can build on, a performance that you can build on. Because I think from Mamelodi Sundowns' point of view, I think it was a better performance. Yeah. There's certain patches, there's certain moments that we really, really played well. But also, from a Kaizer Chiefs point of view, they were matching those. They knew
matching the jewels.
They were very aggressive, and I think it comes back to let me allude what Villa said. You know, when you get to a position where you're great, you need to understand. I'll individualize it. When Villa will maybe attest to this. When you win Football of the Year in South Africa, the next season, because you're winning Football of the end of the season, then you're higher, you do pre-season, you come back. The next season, you're the guy to target. Yeah, they're gonna kick you.
100%.
Right, and the only time where they're gonna stop, it's either two ways. It's either you gave up, like now you're reacting when they're kicking you, or you stand so tall that now you earn the respect. That's how when you have the ball, now they're giving you space because now you've earned the respect. So from Mamelodi Sundowns' point of view is, they kicking. They're going to come aggressive. You look at the game on the weekend, MTN8, it was kicks. Yeah. You look at the game at Calabash, it was kicks. But once you sustain that, you stand tall, that respect, you must understand, they're not kicking you because they don't like you. They're kicking you because they respect, they don't know how to stop you. And I strongly believe that now it forces us to also elevate our tactics, to elevate our game. You know, we have teams that are really, really prepared off-season. And I can promise you, I can even, please quote me on this, the teams prepared the off-season to beat Mamelodi Sundowns, not to win the league. So you understand already?
100%.
They prepared to beat Mamelodi Sundowns, not to win the league.
That's the level.
That's the level, because then nobody speaks about the ambitions, but they only speak about the results anytime when they play Mamelodi Sundowns. So you need to understand the mindset of the teams. So as Mamelodi Sundowns, you need to understand now, you are in the space where everyone wants to beat you. They don't care about anybody else but you, because you've been in this dominant space. It's annoying. And as a team that you are great, you need to accept your greatness. And with greatness come a lot of criticism, a lot of criticism. And the day that they stop criticizing you, when they realize that criticism doesn't do anything for 100%. You. And then right now, look at the narrative they're trying to push. Yeah, there's no Ribeiro, there's no this, because they want to punch holes into the team. They're even quoting us. We're saying the coach must go. Because they want to start something. They want to push their own narrative using us. You understand what I'm saying? So, and those people, all of them, they're not Mamelodi Sundowns people. No. And they'll never say that about any other team, right? So we're in the space where we need to really, really look at ourselves, and without any panic, like Villa said, without any panic, and say, guys, what made us good, what made us great. Let's go back to what made us good.
Yeah.
And what made us good, we played with so much confidence. We played with so much character, regardless of what we play. And the reason why we go on to the CAF Champions League finals, it's because of characters, not because of how good we play. Those tournaments, they need character. And right now, we need to take the character that helped us at FIFA Club World Cup, helped us in Champions League, to bring it back into the league. And understand that when we go to those tournaments, we need to level up. And 100%. I strongly believe that this is a season that forces Mamelodi Sundowns. If you're a good player like last season, you need to be great this season.
Yeah, because this is going to be the toughest job, coming from Club World Cup into the league. Then we still have AFCON, we still have all these trophies.
And so when you say AFCON, it's a whole team.
It's a whole team. Yeah. And people forget that. And that's why I keep saying is, you don't become a bad team overnight.
No.
It's impossible for you to become a bad team overnight. It's now also the other conversation that's going Villa is around the second half and how the intensity is not the same as the first half.
Yeah, it's obviously also Kaizer Chiefs were matching that.
Yeah.
They were first to everything, I must say. And you must give an applaud.
Yeah.
You must give an applaud. You know, they were first to everything. The anticipation was so good. Their counter press was so good, which I think for me, the smartest thing that they did was not allowing Sundowns to build up.
Yeah.
As soon as they started to build up, they were on to our centre backs immediately. And then even our CMs also, Jaden Adams was caught in certain moments whereby, you know, he was pressed.
Yeah.
You know, and it was smart for them because of then if you allow yourself to go further and further, you are saying,
you're inviting the danger.
Sundowns have now fun. And once you do that, you won't like that because of now people will start getting their groove on, which we didn't have that groove on. So you have to applaud to that and say, give it to them. They did so much, and I myself, with that press that they had, it was amazing. It was really amazing to see. Yeah, you know. But at the same time, a point away from home, trust me, this point is gonna go far,
a long way,
because you know the journey of winning. This point will go, and also appreciating you were playing away. For the first time, it felt like we are playing away from home. It's like those CAF Champions League experience whereby you are playing away from home, understanding that they are on top of you. So getting that 1 point, it's gonna be very sufficient and very effective for us going towards the later stage of the season.
I think you've said something so important, because a point is better than no points. And when it comes towards the end of the season, they will all count, and you'll see, you know, the difference between having gotten this point and not getting any points.
Yeah, because it comes back to experience again. It comes back to the know-how, and I say this with my chest, is we have the strategy of winning the league. We know how to win the league. We don't know how to lose the league until that is proven. It's not fact.
No.
You know, and for now is we know that every point counts. We know that those away games, the very difficult ones, midweek, sold-out affair, becomes very, very difficult to win those games. But yet again, when you come second round of the season, where the league really, really starts separating themselves from winning the league and fighting relegation, every season, Mamelodi Sundowns is at the top with either 12 points ahead.
That's a big story.
Nobody wants to talk about that, right? So let's think out. We know that there's games that are going to be very difficult. The game against Chippa, it's difficult.
Extremely.
It's difficult. Yes. I can also say that you'll never see Chippa playing that football again.
100%. And you can see it in their results after that.
Yeah, because that game takes a toll on you, right? And we coming from a game that took a toll from us. Right, went to penalties. Once you lose, the emotions, in fact, you feel like, I can go just a week without playing football. Can I detach myself from football? And it's not possible, because you have 3 days time, you have a game again. And to go there and still be able to find ways and sustain that pressure that Kaizer Chiefs was there and putting, and still come out with a point, you realize that, okay, Sharp, guys, we didn't lose a game, right? We didn't play the best of football, but yet we were not bad. But the reason why there's a lot of criticism, because of maybe we're not yet on our standards, and which is fine. But then how then do we build from there? Because we do have important games going forward. We still need to get back into the groove. As long as we're not far off from the top. But sharp. Because all these years people have been chasing us. Let them feel how it feels like to be chased. And to make sure that every day, every game that you play, you need to pick up maximum result. Not many teams know that.
100%. I heard somebody speaking about a cow on top of a tree. We can all see this cow on top of the tree. Nobody on the tree, nobody knows how it got there. But we know that at some stage
Can I ask you something?
It must come down.
You're attending Coach Steve's classes.
And if I said that,
Yeah, no, but there's a cow or molboteng, on top of the tree. Nobody knows. But at some stage, that cow needs to come back down to earth.
But another thing when I think the most important thing now, besides everything, and yes, now I'm just going to bring the group, the team
together.
It's important that they stay together.
100%.
Very important that they stay together through these tough times. And these tough times are able to help them when they sitting and reflect at the end and said, guys, remember what we went through.
100%.
And it's so beautiful. Then they sit themselves and say, that was amazing.
Yeah.
But you know for sure, you hold on to that feeling. Because once you hold on to that feeling, it's able to spread around and say, we don't want to find ourselves in that position anymore. Because of it is giving us us coming together. Because once now we start having this, then those small little breaks in the walls, they're coming in. 100%. And you don't want that. As a team, you want to go to and these are the moments through these tough times. This is where now you see what was saying, character. This is where that you see now people saying, I can go to another, because this thing is saying, go to another level. You've matched this level. Go to another. And it's not because of they are not capable. They are very much capable. And as I say, Sundowns is just winning football games at times. They're not winning the way we want it to be, the groove that we want to, but it's going to come.
100%.
It will come at some stage. It will come. It does come. And when the groove is on, I mean, it's kupus to be
100%. Gents, the games are coming thick and fast. We move on to the next game now to face Stellenbosch, who are now also in the final again for the MTN 8. So they're not a team to be taken lightly.
I mean, Stellenbosch have grown to be a team to beat in over the years. It's not a relegation team; it's a top 4 team playing, continental football. A coach that thrives under giving many youngsters opportunities to play. And there's a team that is every season gets depleted by selling players, but they're still doing well throughout the season. So that shows you the academy side of things. The structure within the team is good. It's a very organized team. It's always difficult to play them, right? And you look at them, maybe you look at them in the form as well in the league. Right now, you're like, maybe they're not doing well. Trust me, they know how to, get important games and then pick themselves up and just get into that synergy that they need. But right now, I think from a feeling point of view, we're the same as them. But what they have one up against us is like they are actually going to the final, And what we have is for us to redeem ourselves in a sense. I don't know, must get back into the top 2, top 1, and stay there. It's going to be a very difficult game in Cape Town. It's a hard running team. We're from a game that is demanding us physically as well from a 𝐾𝐶's point of view. So those are type of games that you just wish they can just come in and go a little bit faster so that you can start relaxing a little bit, because then you've got a FIFA window that you need a break from this thing. And I strongly believe that it's going to be very difficult, but a maximum points away from home to Stellies will do a team so much justice, knowing that at least from a league point of view, you've got a little bit of a break. And then when you come back, you can come back a little bit fresh and a little bit stronger. And I also say, maybe not also from players, because there are a lot of players that will be in the national team. But also from a team, from a coach, because you can just imagine if the players are tired, the players are feeling pressure, you can imagine the coach, you can imagine the management as well, and sometimes you need a little bit of a break. And right now, it's getting those maximum points against Stellenbosch. Go home, rest of it, regroup, and then come back again. And then when you come back again, you've got all this stretch, this marathon that you need to run, this cup competitions in between as well. So it is important maximum points that we need to get, because we haven't really played like an awesome game. And I'm not expecting an awesome game from a playing point of view, but I'm expecting a positive results, which is maximum points, and come back home.
It's time to grind out the results.
I think the most important thing is just win a game. I think I remember even Coach Picho used to say when we were not playing so well, said, I don't care how you win the game.
As long as you
win the game. The most important thing is putting points. But as I've said, Stellies would have watched the game against 𝐾𝐻 Chiefs, and they would have seen that if then you try to bring in a fight with Mamelodi Sundowns, you put them at their discomfort. And that's where we don't want to go also in terms of having a fight with them. You want to win the fight in terms of playing the ball. So try to stay away from that, from that fight. But as I say, also if then they bring a fight, bring a fight that is very smart. Don't bring a fight that's going to be physical, that will be not put you in jeopardy of getting a yellow card or a red card, and makes things very difficult for ourselves. But put in a smart fight in terms of how then you're going to how you're going to tussle this thing very smart in a way, because if they would have seen that when you bring it, sometimes they lose themselves. They're out of shape. You can't see certain players, they're losing it. Now you're not even focusing on the game, which is important. But win the game. I don't care how they just win the game so that you get yourself that confidence, so that you give yourself that breather of saying, I have 3 points, I can then go and then get some rest and then try to recuperate.
100%. I also think Coach Barker on that side has also built something very strong around Devin Titus, De Jong, Barnes, 𝐴nku, and then also recently 𝐿𝐴nC'Hlephile, who's been amazing. I think he's won 2 Men of the Match awards.
Titus,
yeah.
Titus has been quiet.
Yeah, but also look at it this way. You've got a Titus that is young. In the last 3-4 seasons, how many games has he played? Sure. He hasn't rested at all. And he's the main guy. And look at the type of character it is, the type of play that it is. It requires a lot of running. So at some point later, I need a little bit of a break. But
no, I see it to play.
I see it to play.
You see, man.
But it helps.
And also because of because of the way the team and the players they've sold off, he then becomes
the main guy.
The senior player. The responsibility is on him.
And look at the schedule with it now.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because they have CAF confederations on their schedule whereby it's a mileage.
So those teams will suffer, and the coaches know that at some point you will suffer. Yes, you do have your Titus, your De Jong that understand the system. You have 𝐴nku that has been a good addition for them. But look at the character of �nku and Titus. More or less the same. Speed, counter-pressing, counter-attacking. When they come out, they've always been dangerous with that, and that's how they play. Yes, we've got Pili that we're speaking about. He's been coming on as a sub last season. Yeah. Manje is a starter now because there's not much players to actually go through. So they do have a backup system or backup players that comes on every other season to be a regular starter and still continue with the. So you talk about a Steve Barker that has been amazing at Stellenbosch. He knows how to bring on players. He knows how to win games, even in difficult games. You know. And what's nice about it as well, you have a team that also has an experience in continental football, knowing how to grind results when things are not going well. So now you're expecting a very, very tough game against Stellies that on the day they can hurt anybody. They can beat anyone. And we know that at some point last season, we went to Stellies without feeling good.
True. We
went there and got maximum points, and that propelled us to get into our groove, and we started playing well. So maybe this might be the similar situation where if we get maximum points against Stellies, which is possibly our top 4 challengers every season. Yeah. So once you get to maximum points, and then you come back again, you rest, you regroup, you go back again, you start feeling good. And I think it's a game that for Rona's Sundowns, it's a game that is of high importance in terms of how the team should feel, regardless of how we play. It's about feeling. If we win that game, we start feeling good, regardless of how we play. And that feeling is the feeling that will help us to make sure that every player that has been playing, even injuries, a niggle here, you end up wanting to play because you're feeling good, you know. And I think that's the most important game. Yeah,
we're 4 games in, 8 points on the scoreboard. The leaders of the league are on 10 points, so we're definitely not far off the top. It's just about games. It's 4 games in.
let's talk on game 15.
100%. And also because by then we can see where this thing is going.
Yeah, and also as Tico had said from the beginning that there's agreements that we have as a team. A board that we will draw our own points and say this is where we want to be at this stage. And I think that process should never be forgotten. You still need to trust that process because that process has given you 8 titles. Yeah. So you still go on about that process of having to say what are our own targets besides them sitting on top. Because of them, they have their own.
They have their own.
They have their own. You know, you have your own that you can control, and you know for sure we stick to this process, we'll be fine. Because we know our noise inside. We know our noise where we want to
look at our own play.
We need to know what we do, and what we've been doing has been working. It just needs to be sharpened up each and every time, reminded. Because these are just reminders and saying, Endot, you're not alone. You're not alone. They are coming. They are coming, and part of them coming, it says also elevate your game.
100%.
So that by the time they can't see what you but you can see now they're starting to see us a bit on that corner and say, okay, so that on its own needs to be controlled. Say, control that process of what you have.
And so there was a point where when Usain Bolt was Usain Bolt, and then everybody else that was competing against him, they were doing many interviews. 200 meters. but when Usain Bolt turned in that corner, nobody's even close. You understand what I mean? So it's easy to have a big game conversation, to big game talk when you're at the top. Because then you are there, because you're feeling good. It's easy to say, it's easy. But it's very difficult to have the big game talk when you're actually chasing. And we are Mamelodi Sundowns. We're having a big game conversation now. We're saying we will win the league, 100%. Regardless. And then now people say, they just,
100%. Every season they say, the Sundowns is so funny, but guess who wins the league?
Exactly. So you get final.
Yeah. Gents, we did ask the lovely Masandawanas to leave us some comments. The first one comes in from 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 playing Orlando Pirates, 𝐾𝐦𝐬 Chiefs, and Stellenbosch in a space of 8 days so early in the season is no child's play. I urge our fans to support the team and stop being negative. 𝐼𝐶 says, I'm interested to know how a team like Sundowns is allowed to play so many games in such a short space of time. Why can we not get these games spread out further? I guess that comes to scheduling because of what happens moving forward, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think we understand the question, but also it's been a struggle that we've been exposed to for so many seasons. So we can't come now and say, but all right, it's something that is it's as players and as a team, you need to understand and find solutions to it. Because we the ones that put ourselves in the Champions League position to play semi-final, final. We went to FIFA Club World Cup. We're the ones that put ourselves in those positions. So we put ourselves in a position to play so many games and to be exposed and to try and win every competition that we're playing in. So we can't come back and complain. We just need to find solutions. But still, those are tough games, you're right.
Yeah.
The Pirates, Chiefs, and Stellies. Those are very, very tough games. Yeah. And yet again, I think we're still going to come out, be proud of the achievement that we had, especially with all the frustrations that we have and the challenges that we have.
I think another thing just to add on that is that we're focusing on the business side. I think the guys also need to find that feeling of just playing a football game. I think they need to search for that soul of saying, at the end of the day, I'm still playing something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I think that should never run away from you at 100%. The end of the day, because I'm here to entertain. I'm here to entertain with the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm here also to show you what I'm capable of. So that feeling should never run away. Yes, it's business. It's the business end of it, but don't let that love go away from you.
Yeah. This one, I think, 𝐿𝐶𝐻𝐚𝐬𝐬 Mutua high.
So it's high.
Like our team will be 100% fit by the time we reach 10 games. The good thing is that we are not losing league games.
Yeah.
100%.
And you can see we are not sharp, Nakon.
Yeah.
We're not sharp, and it is a fact. We are not sharp. We are second to everything at this point in time. We are on that second gear, but within being on a second gear, we're still managing. I could say it's a manageable phase right
100%.
now. You're managing the phase.
Yeah. Tobai says, Mamelodi Sundowns has set the bar very high in the African continent. Please, let's not drop our standards. We cannot be a bad team just overnight. We want Sundowns to win the CAF Champions League this season and win all the remaining cups. Our blood is yellow forever.
But they're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean,
we keep going.
We should remind ourselves of that. That's greatness, though.
100%.
It doesn't come overnight and all that. It comes with so much, but then you shouldn't. Also, we must be proud about it.
100%.
We must be proud about it. Nobody does it.
100%. Masandawana, #𝐼𝐶𝐻𝐚𝐬𝐬. We'll see you guys at the stadium. Let's get behind the team. We are playing Stellenbosch this Saturday, so we definitely the boys need all the support they can get. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us your comments. We are Masandawana.
𝐼𝐶𝐻𝐚𝐬𝐬.